Okay, so today we're looking at a score by James M. Creed, which is called Piano and Accompaniment, subtitle After an Etude by Camille Saint-Saëns, composer. And then I guess this is a citation. After his six etudes, Opus 52, number 2, pour l'indépendance des droits, 1877. And James wrote this in 2021. I'm not sure if it literally quotes the six etudes or if it's inspired by it. The series we're doing right now is open instrumentation. This piece isn't exactly open. I think it's pretty implied from the title that it's for piano, but still it doesn't explicitly say that this is a piano part at the beginning here. So, and later we have an accompaniment part, which is just listed as accompaniment. So that is variable. It's unclear what instrument is playing that. It could be anything really. Um, and it's in a few movements here. So we have the prelude and or postlude to piano and accompaniment, which I'm pretty sure is for piano. It's two staves, treble clef and bass clef. So I would assume it's for some sort of keyboard instrument. Then we have the piece proper, piano and accompaniment. And here we get the actual instrumentation here. So pianist, soft pedal throughout, sustained pedal throughout. Accompanists, 2 to 5 sustaining or blown instruments. So, anything you could think of from an orchestra. And then the bassist could be any sustaining or blown instrument as well, just in a different register. And then the notation, the piano, if they see just like black note heads, they're playing 15 beats per minute. The accompaniment will see these sort of like half note heads, which indicate to move between given pitches freely in the written register in long soft tones, and then the bass voice has whole notes and I guess it's more or less the same as the accompaniment, like you just sustain them a long time, except they can be played an octave lower if you want. That's the only distinction I'm seeing here. So you see the layout here, right? We have these piano chords every 4 seconds, and then a minute in, the accompaniment starts to come in with these notes, which I think it says very sparse. So like, they may not come in all at once. They may enter and exit the texture. Then almost 3 minutes in, we get the bass voices entering. And then it just continues like that for a few pages here. The last page simply says thanks. So in terms of James's notated music, this is sort of like halfway between a conventionally notated piece, like um, like we looked at his string quartet, and then on the other end of the spectrum, his like text pieces, which are completely open. I should say, James's scores are all freely available on his website. I downloaded a lot of them. Yesterday, I was trying to figure out how many to go over on the channel, and not a lot of them have recordings, like really very few of them. So, even though in my spreadsheet I have a ton of these, and I would love to look at them one at a time, I think it makes a little bit more sense given the channel format to just do the few that we can listen to together, which is but only 4 of them. So hopefully this inspires you to look at those other scores if you're interested. A lot of his text scores, it's like very unclear how they would be performed, if at all, because they're almost like just bits of poetry, just little ideas. And it's really unclear whether or not the composer wants them to be performed. So just keep that in mind. Of course, he has other scores like this, which are more Straightforwardly, this looks like a piece of music that you should play with instruments. So, yeah, with that, I encourage you to click on the link in the video description so that you can listen along with me to this piece. Okay, so this was a interesting listen. I think I've listened to this once before, but this recording was released on Sawyer Editions, record company by American composer Corey Reeder. So Corey mastered this, and I think both the prelude and the this like complete piano and accompaniment were released there. Let me pull up that album actually. Yeah, so it's the first two tracks, and then there's four other pieces on that album. So the instrumentation they went with, the accompaniment was two violins, or sorry, three violinists, and then the bass voice was James M. Creed on chamber organ. The bass part is really simple. There's just a big long A, and then a G, and then an F, right? So that's sort of like the form. And then you have long stretches of the piece with just piano. Um, yeah, it's very pretty. It's like a white key piece. I'd be curious how it sounds with different accompaniment, like maybe brass or something more colorful. Clearly, there's like a certain aesthetic that James is going for. Like this should be very quiet and contemplative. And if you don't understand what he has in mind, you could definitely give a bad performance of this. But yeah, I think like just having an awareness of this style of experimental music, it's pretty obvious what the piece is supposed to sound like. I didn't listen to the study that it's based on, but I'm assuming it's also a white key thing.